Hey guys, welcome back to Alchemist Tarot, serving tarot straight up. So this is a general weekly reading for the week of the 25th through the 31st. So I can't believe we're pretty much done with January, but here we are. So this week, we are going to talk about overall energy, advice, action, possible obstacles, and then what's going on with money, love, career, and in our communication sector. So just an FYI that, I'm sure you guys, if you don't know, Mercury will go retrograde on the 30th, end of this month, and into February. I think the 19th is when it ends. So this week, and Mercury's starting to enter into its shadow phase, obviously, to get into that groove. There's going to be disruption, probably communication delays, technical issues. So just plan for things. I'm not telling you to stop your life because of a retrograde. If you guys want to know more about what, the full moon that we're going to be experiencing this month and, into the rest of the year, the Mercury retrograde cycles, make sure you download the digital calendar. The link will be in the description box. It's completely free and you guys can have it at your disposal. That way you can see kind of the energy that's coming up this year and you can work with it, around it, whatever. So, okay, let's go ahead. I already shuffled and cleansed my cards offline just to save a little bit of time. So I'm just going to start pulling cards. So we'll go ahead and start. So overall energy this week, we got 9 of Wands, 9 of Rods. So this is really having a lot of resiliency, moving past challenges, and being very focused on the overall outcome rather than, the small things that are in front of you. A lot of you, this has been a very challenging time. The energy's been really frustrating, meaning that you've hit maybe a lot of obstacles, that you've run into a lot of delays. Maybe you haven't heard, which way, yes or no, if you've been waiting on an answer, or maybe you guys have been waiting on a loan result. All I can tell you is that don't give up. The 9 of Rods is kind of the wounded warrior card in many ways. It's asking you not to give up. Even when things feel very frustrating in the present moment, just know it's a moment in time, not your entire life. So do not give up, because what I'm going to tell you is that you're so close. You're so close to the outcome that you're meant to experience. And this is almost at an ending. It's okay. It's almost at a completion, right? So do not give up. Keep pushing forward. Keep the momentum and realize that, again, you're so close. So, giving up, you'd be just tossing everything that you've worked hard toward, to the wayside, and you don't want to do that. So overall actions advice this week. We got Queen of Rods, such a positive card, especially when it comes to business related, focuses. One thing about the Queen of Wands is that usually it's a yes card. Usually, this is kind of giving you the thumbs up to keep moving forward. So if you've been working on an idea or focusing on, wanting to launch something or doing the research or, partnering, whatever the case is, this week it shows me that you have a lot of momentum or a lot of willpower that you want to keep pushing forward, which is good. This is about having, pushing your creativity out there and really letting your juices flow and getting in, putting your passion behind something and really getting excited about it. Again, depending on what you're doing, it may not be the week to launch something, and it might be wiser to kind of launch and go big after the retrograde, ends. But, again, each of you are different. For a lot of you, this is trusting your intuition and trusting yourself. She has a sunflower here. The sunflower, it follows the sun. Sunflowers follow the sun. I learned that recently too. So I think a lot of you have been following not only your gut, but following like things that make you happy and your true passions, starting to follow really what makes you happy, and not necessarily the status quo, which is amazing. So potential obstacles this week, and this is really not an obstacle. I think it's just kind of a something to keep in mind. We got the Queen of Pentacles, a really good card for finances. Now this can mean that maybe you have some money at your disposal, or you're getting some return on your investments. Maybe, things are starting to move forward with a property. You could be investing in property. But this is usually a very positive card, meaning that even if you don't have the funds or the means right in this very moment to move forward with something, you have the ability to create it. And so money is not necessarily hanging over your head. It might be a minor obstacle, but it's something that you can work through and figure out. I do feel like you're becoming very kind of like a jack of all trades, like you're just figuring out how to make money, and that hustle factor is starting to really kick in. So really good. Obstacles, I would just say, you know, put money where it's going to be the most of value, where it's going to work for you the most at this time. Probably just cut back on any frivolous spending. You know, just kind of focus on where the money can capitalize the most. That's what I would say. Okay. I'm having a hard time getting the message out, for goodness sakes. So in our money area, it does look like, you know, some of you, this is a 10 of Pentacles. Some of you might be getting an inheritance. Some of you might be getting something, money coming to you, owed to you, or, you know, bestowed upon you. This is something that some of you might be winning, maybe small wins at the lottery. You know, certainly you get like 500,000 bucks or whatever the case is. But what I'm going to tell you, the money that you're getting and receiving possibly this week, this is something that I would tell you to invest in the long term. This certainly could mean that maybe you are getting property, or you're getting something inherited to you, given to you. And I would tell you, use it for the long term. This is something that you can really put to good use and set you up really nicely for the future. So really think about, again, this week is all about, where can I put my money to really invest for me, to grow for me, making money while you sleep, basically. Love, not so great this week, but you know, sometimes we can't have it all at once at the same time. We got 10 of Cups, so 2 10s here. A lot of like things coming to an end and completion, meaning that, you know, these new cycles are on the horizon. For some of you, maybe sooner than later. 10 of Cups, maybe for some of you in love, this can certainly mean a relationship, a marriage is ending, or that you just realize that your partner is not the one that you want to be with for the long term, and that's okay. For some of you, this can mean that there are issues within the household. Maybe people are really, you know, they're material things are more important to certain people in your life, or in the relationship, or in the household, rather than, you know, love, honesty, trust, those kind of like bare things. People are putting material things ahead of those things. Also, this can mean that for some of you, you're not getting along with your significant other's family, extended family. Maybe there are, you know, kiddos from, you know, the marriage, you know, coming that you're just not really getting along. So extended relationships can be strained this week. So I would just be careful. Don't say anything or do anything that you're going to regret in the long term. You know, if you find yourself, you're going to react, I would say just to remove yourself and kind of re-center and reground your energy before you do something you regret. Career. So again, not the best. 3 of Pentacles, though, in reverse can indicate that, number one, at work, career, you see that you're not being taken of value. You're starting to realize that, you know what, I just, whatever I do, it's just not enough, or I'm not getting the recognition that I deserve. You know, I've been working and working and working behind the scenes, and it just seems to be taken, you know, I get very surface level, you know, accolades, or, you know, I'm not getting paid to what I should be. And something, it's almost kind of like this week, I feel like Spirit saying it's like a slap in the face, career-wise. It's like, you push, you've been working and just grinding away, and all of a sudden it's just like, for what? You know what I mean? It's just like, you just feel you're doing it almost for there's no purpose anymore. And you know, hey, we all get to that point in our career where we kind of take a step back and have this epiphany, like, you know what, am I really at the right place, at the right job, in the right industry? You know, maybe you have a lot of experience, but ultimately it's not bringing you satisfaction, and you have to weigh all those options, right? So if you're going to work hard, you know, maybe some of you are thinking, do I work just for myself? Because I've, you know, I can obviously do it. I have the skill set, I have the expertise, I have the know-how and the knowledge, but, you know, is it really what I want to do, work for someone else? So some of you are really contemplating, you know, next steps. I can certainly relate to this piece. So good luck to you, whoever are making that move. Communication zone. Okay, we got the Emperor, very, very direct type of communication. A lot of you are, you know, communication sector, a lot of you might be asked to speak on something that you are an expert in. The Emperor is really kind of the you know, an energy that is very, very much at the top of their game. You know, considered an expert, considered a thought leader. So for some of you, you certainly could be asked your opinion. I would say with the Emperor, try to be approachable. The Emperor can come off a little stoic, the energy, meaning that be relatable, you know what I mean? Be a little bit more down to earth. people might be seeking you out, but you still need to be approachable and have the information available where people can digest. People are, can relate to you. Sometimes when, you have this really, expert in this one area, it can kind of be a little intimidating for folks. And it doesn't matter on the platform I would say just be more relatable, be a little bit more down to earth. Sometimes, like, for example, like, let's say you're having a town hall or doing something like that, and your CEO is there and they're wanting to really have open Q&A. The thing is, sometimes employees might be really intimidated to ask someone at that senior level some really pointed questions. Some people have no issue doing that. So I would just say make yourself as relatable this week as you can, because I think sometimes you might come off a little bit more intimidating than you think you are. So yeah, that is what I see for this week. Guys, I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful week. Please don't panic about the retrograde. Just, package time for it. Be smart. I mean, if you have to travel, just, add a little bit more to your trip, just so if you hit delays, it's not a big deal. Again, retrogrades are there to make us think, redo, revisit, redefine. I know I'm going to be doing that specifically with one of my websites. Like, how can I make this better? So take the time and really, and benefit from it. Okay. Thank you. If you guys are interested in a reading, if you want to know about our membership content only, if you want to know just more about our merchandise, all that stuff's in the description. So please check it out when you have a chance. Please subscribe to this channel so you can be first to know about more videos. Thank you guys so very much. Have a wonderful week. We'll talk soon.